It feels like I was only turning the TV on yesterday, but I wasn't, and I don't have a TV license. We started with coins, coffee, power smoothies, but I digress. Maybe it's time to think of something bigger. And what can be bigger than the world? There is still lots and lots to discover, lots of things to find out. But using the Technicolor superhighway might help us in our journey. But we're gonna need lots of coins, lots and lots of sleep, and lots of rest. Don't know who they are. Don't know what that's doing there. Don't know where that is. This isn't right. I think someone's mixed up the wrong tapes. Ah, hang on. That's better. That is a car boot sale. Ooh, it's my car boot tribes. And I've got good vibes. A new day is rising. A new challenge is emerging. A new car is shining. Well, old car. But before I do anything, I require a large glass of tea. And 2 suitably sized eggs. 1 suitably sized t-shirt with appropriate theming. Suitable shades. The misery of winter, the cold icy snap is long gone. Today is the start of a new season and absolute wonder. The car boot is back. I have been mentally preparing for the last few months, and now I'm ready to do battle once more. Let's do this. Locations. Massive field. The moment you give up is the moment you let someone else win. Massive! Car boot sales are often contained in massive fields. Do factor this into your morning. The bigger the boot, the less you will get around. But remember, quantity is not substitute for quality. 1 stall to find them, 1 stall to bring them all, and in the lightness bind them. No, that's not right. Ah, that's better. And it's way past 1985, so I can finally crack these coasters out with a matching supremely themed mug and a supreme matcha green organic tea. But first, a slight perusal of some Nintendo magazines to calm myself before the storm. Wonder what David Gomez is up to these days. Mild audit of the change box. I am good to go. Perfect. Delicate crispness to the air and grade 4 required. Even the horses have come out this morning. Today is going to be a belter. I can feel it. Massive plash of generic Call of Duty games? No. Massive plash of generic DVDs? No. GTA? Too expensive. Massive stack of compact discs. Nothing here for me today. But what's this? PlayStation 2. Soul Calibur 2.
50p, bud.
But remember, always check the box. That's the wrong one in there.
Is it wrong button?
Yeah. It's the wrong disc. Anything good in the cheap tubs?
Games are about each.
Not feeling it today. But this is more like it. The GameCube. Crazy Taxi. And I spot some Bond games. £4. Not bad. But let's see if we can do a bit of a deal. Some classic Brosnans on the GameCube.
You wouldn't do 3 of these for £10, would you?
No, sorry.
No?
We've got room on some things we don't.
Okay.
I am going to have to find a bit of a bargaining
Do you
tool,
knock anything off that if I had the 4?
and I may have found it with a copy of Crackdown.
So it'll be 16.
14?
14.
Yeah, okay.
Some very pleasantly sealed Sega Mega Drive 2s, and a cheeky Mega Drive 1. But what's that little thing? Namco plug-in arcade. Hang on, I think this is a screen of some sort.
How much is that?
How much is it?
It's a tenner as well. Tenner? Is that for the GameCube, is it?
Yeah, it works on the stairs as well.
How does it?
Same connect.
Some funny little bits here. I think it's mainly all for the Acorn Electron. Not really my thing. It's the GP2X Whiz.
Do you know if it works?
It does work. So that was probably, I don't know.
A long time, okay. How much are the Wii's?
30 quid each. And they're boxed mint.
He only wants a £5. I'm going to use this as a bit of a bargaining tool, I think.
You wouldn't do these 2 any cheaper, would you, if I had the 2?
13.
13?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Nintendo 3DS XL, but it's got a loose hinge, bit dodgy.
How much is that?
3 quid.
3 quid.
I think I've got a couple of them.
Yeah, upscaler
Yeah.
to HDMI.
3 quid for the 2, if you want them. Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
Up to the Game Boy games.
Yeah, they're 3 quid, same with the Sonic.
3 quid.
Probably the worst selection of DVDs I've ever seen. But what is this? Star Trek V, the poster. Possibly the worst Star Trek film ever made. Get rid of it. Hold up, it's a stone cold classic by Larry Milne. I am unaware of what other novelizations Mr. Larry Milne may have produced, but this one has certainly piqued my interest. The thing is, I already know what happens.
50p.
Does that matter? No, it doesn't. Here we go. Michael Jackson's Thriller. I can remember my parents playing this and it blew my mind away. I never had a record player back in my day, but I do own one now, so this might be an opportunity that's too good to miss.
How much is that?
Which one you got here? I think, mate, down behind I got them here, I got the prices
Oh,
of these.
right.
Bloody hell, mate, you picked the dearest one in there, you
Of
have.
course.
Both Michael Jackson's, he's got a tenner on, mate.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, and he knows his stuff, mate, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
So
okay.
take care, mate. He said I can't move on in a bit, but I've got it, you know.
Okay, a tenner.
I can move, like, you know what I mean? Like he leaves it for my discretion, but
Yeah.
he does all the valuing on this kind of stuff. I don't.
How much would be the best on it?
Is 8 any good?
I'll do 7.
7, done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done. For £7. Excellent. Anything here in the PS3 department? Nope. More Call of Duties, more battle games.
And for the magazine?
A pound.
Pound.
Or 50p if it's any good for you.
50p.
50p is the correct price. And what have we here? Another plash of DVDs and Blu-rays. All also for 50 pence each. Well, there's got to be something I can find here, surely. The Witcher on PC. I never had this back in the day, but I have heard very, very, very good things about it. I've heard the name Sonos many times. Supposed to be suitably expensive, yet a sign of quality. I may take a chance with this. Do remember, there's no reward without work, no victory without effort, and no battle won without risk.
Show everybody.
Are you buying it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This person has broken a major rule of car boot sale engagement.
Broke a major rule of engagement.
There's one
If you want to go for it, go for it.
You must keep hold of any items you wish to purchase to save any potential conflict.
Do them all for a tenner, would you?
No, I can't. I mean, everything's cheap.
So it'll be £12.
Look that up on
That's
your phone.
10
Yeah,
and 50p.
yeah,
So £12.
yeah. I used to sell them for like £1, £2 each, so you're getting them for 50p.
Well, my Lego chap has not let me down, and he is here this morning with a huge stack of new Lego sets. But how much does he want?
Is it
What's alright?
35 for the little ones, these,
Yeah.
and 45 for that?
No chance. I'm not paying that. Far too much for a Sunday morning.
How much are those ones?
30 each.
You can do the 2 any cheaper, would you?
No.
No.
We can't
can't.
really.
Yeah, they're quite new, aren't
You
they?
can't get them now.
Not paying overinflated prices for popular carbonated energy drinks either. Forget it.
You can do 4 for it, would you?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. How much are their books?
50p on the card. The hardbacks, no, not hardbacks, paperbacks.
Paperbacks.
Yeah, all those ones.
Stephen King books are becoming much harder to find in the wild. I am not in the market for a wheelbarrow. Sorry. But I might be in the market for some incredibly cheap DVDs. 30 pence, or 4 for £1. My old filing cabinet sadly perished a number of years ago. Could be the answer I'm looking for. Game changer.
You can take £4 for it, would you? Yeah?
But we'll need some advanced Tetris skills to get everything back in the car. Textbook. Well, that has been a very, very fun morning. It's the start of the season, so it's the law I get myself a copy of Men's Health magazine. What an unusual assortment of items today. Make a nice accompanying birthday present. My good friend instructed me to keep an eye out for board games, so I have. Hoping this will work with my Nintendo 64 on a new TV. And yes, I do own one of these already, but the handiest thing about this purchase is that it comes with a cheeky lead that hopefully will allow me to plug it into my telly via SCART. What more can be said about Thriller? Nothing. It continues to be a massive world out there. Massive! There's many, many more things to discover. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to the new season and thank you for watching Car Boot Tribes. I am going to now laze away in my sun lounger and perhaps read a small book. Maybe a book by Larry Milne, or maybe just go crazy. Classic King. Classic Russell. Classic Willis. Not so sure that's a classic. I hope you have fun along the way in your own car boot adventures. I've been looking for a filing cabinet for several months, and finally I get my reward for only £4. Does the trick. And this will be interesting to try, but unfortunately I now need to track down a critical and crucial 12 volt DC adapter. It's my car boot drives, and I've got good vibes. It was absolutely cracking. Coming up.
You can take 15. I'd be interested in.
Oh.
Before embarking on your car boot sale, it is vitally important to look after yourself. A pre-planned bath experience the night before can provide essential relaxation and mental preparedness. Choose your lighting carefully and don't forget to soak your toes. Locations. Medium field. If you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with bull. Fields that should pose only mild exertion to an experienced booter, but do ensure you wear comfortable footwear so that medium becomes manageable. I often wonder what destination a plane is embarking upon, but I know where it isn't going, and that's this morning's car boot. Hemmed in. Time to do some serious Austin Powers manoeuvring. Thought I'd got here in plenty time today, but I've been angrily directed to the secondary parking vicinity, right at the bottom of the field, into the Jimmy pit.
Can't get out, can he?
Oh, he's stuck in, so he's...
And we start the morning with absolute chaos. From what I can gather, a gentleman is having substantial difficulty getting out of the car park. Do be careful when parking and give yourself an ample space buffer zone to ensure a safe exit. This chap's decided to beep his horn consistently to attract the attention of the stewards, which is not a recommended strategy, as there are plenty of green-jacketed people about to offer some additional support. I must say, there has been some rather naughty language this morning. But I must press on. Bargains await.
How much are their games?
How much is that one?
Pound for that one.
£1 for a bit of hardcore. Come on, we're better than that. PlayStation. What have we here? 10p videos. Is it really worth it for 10p? Well, it is to me. A massive box of Blu-ray bonanzas. Pretty cheap on prices. There's got to be some delicacies here for me today. I'll have a bit of Bad Boys. Not just Bad Boys, but Bad Boys 2 as well. Time to get my Mike Lowry on. He only wants £1 each. Got to be worth it for some super crisp high definition Van Damme and Seagal extravaganza for this afternoon. Cheap plug and play arcade device. Often terrible, and not for £12. We've got a bit of Lego here amongst the chintzy china and awkward looking dolls. £35, not bad, but part built, so I'm not sure I can trust that everything is there, even though the seller assures me her small boy did keep all the pieces. Not familiar with the AEG series of portable soft pellet combat, and I'm not sure I even want to be. mildly disturbingly accurate renditions of popular armoury. Not a chance. What's he got here? Handguns? Ah, some relaxing videos. Oh, too late, mate. I'll be having this away for £1 on my ongoing quest for VHS videos. Cannot remember the last time I wanted some random motherboards for my car boot. Actually, I can. It was never. Oh, there's a Dyson Hoover there. And what's this game? Don't recognise this. £3. The Exotic Adventures of Sylvia Lane? Who on earth is Sylvia Lane?
That one's 7.
That's been hit by the popularity tax. It's all of a sudden £7 due to the popular TV series. Should I get a dinosaur themed paperback for 50p? Yes. A Jean-Michel Jarre album on vinyl. How much does he want for this then? How much is that?
I want a fiver for that one, mate.
£5. Bit much. I think I'm going to wait this one out though and see what happens. Often this can be a very beneficial strategy.
Give us £3, you can have it.
£3?
£3. I'm done. Scariest doll I've ever seen in my life. Let's move on. Quickly. Eggs and chocolate.
How much is the Wii?
£20 for the lot. It's got the fit mat as well.
The Fit Mat is currently worth about 2p. Rather collect boxed Wiis really, but let's see if he'll do a deal.
You would take 15 for it, would you?
No, I've been offered 15 already. Yeah.
Have you?
So,
Not feeling it. These compartments look a bit mucky. Bit of corrosion. I would always check the backs of Wiimotes because often people leave their batteries in for years. Nice bit of Lego. Little trucks, little planes. Nothing for me. But I am in for a bit of Turtles action this morning. The original movie. Don't think I've seen that one before. It's, I think, an animation. And a bit of Stallone. Classic Stallone. Not often you see a unicycle at a car boot, but no, I'm not interested. No need for unnecessary peril. And on to boot 2, with a massive Xbox deal. Move along. Move along. Jeff Goldblum masterpiece.
Take
my
a-
all-time favourite film, that.
You wouldn't take £1 for that one, would you?
If you really want it that bad, of course I will.
No.
I've got the Resurgence as well
it's
there.
not that. It's not as good.
Not as good, it's downright terrible.
Yeah, that's the only
I can
problem
tell
with
you,
that.
I can
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
do line for line on that.
That is the more classic one, yes.
Who's that chap? Time for a bit of mentalism. I did watch some of these episodes a number of years ago. Quite enjoyed them. Very Darren Brown-like.
10p, DVDs.
10p, are they?
About 50p for them, yeah.
10p? That's insane pricing. But have they got all the series? I'm not even sure how many series there are.
That's good.
How much is that one?
£3.
£3's not bad. Maybe I should consider this a bit more seriously. The lady behind the stall does not know who the lady is on the poster. Well, that makes me feel old. It's Uma Thurman. And this film came out in 1994. And that makes me feel very
You
old.
can take 250, would you? Yeah.
But the time continuum has been reset with a cheeky 50p off. Cooking some eggs now.
How much are the games?
The renowned, famed, fabulous, illustrious Command and Conquers.
I made you. Oh,
Well,
you-
Command
yeah,
and Conquers I'd be interested in.
Oh, they're great, aren't they?
They are good.
Absolutely the best.
This chap really knows his onions, and probably a bit about tactical warfare.
Six of them. Give me $5.
Okay, I'll do that.
Now I'm really in trouble. I have been completely compromised with Command and Conquers and a Pulp Fiction canvas poster. I need to get back to the vehicle. Pronto. And we land in boot number 3 with some Now albums. This chap wants £2 each. Some are
You
sealed.
wouldn't do 4 of those for a £5, would you?
Instead of 8,
Yeah,
6 I'll do.
you 6.
Yeah.
I've been in desperate need of a screw toolkit for some time, so I'll be having this away for £2. Well, another fabulous morning. 3 car boot sales under my belt. Some useful toolkits. Some useful vinyl. Good looking chap. Some hardcore 4x4. And some impressive amounts of mentalism. But I don't think there's all the series here. But who can complain for 10p a box set? Certainly not me. They took his daughter, so he's taking them down. Classic Seagal and classic Van Damme. Well, I'm gonna enjoy myself with these classic films. Not seen that for an awfully long time. Never seen that. Wonder how good it is. Classic Martin. There was something once very magical about opening an ex-rental videotape or getting it from your local Blockbuster. Now albums can be quite collectible. Not so much the newer numbers, but some of the early numbers and the vinyl albums have increased massively over the past few years. It's mainly the earlier numbers, not this one, this is a re-release. But some of the original early numbers are shooting up in value to quite dizzying heights. Massive splash load of Command and Conquer. I do enjoy a good game of Command and Conquer with a cup of tea or an additional beverage of my choosing. It's a very enjoyable and therapeutic game. Mine your Tiberium and then blow your good friends to absolute bits. Thank you for watching Car Boot Tribes. See you again. It's my Car Boot Tribes. And I've got good vibes. Why would you ever do that? Coming up.
£80 for the giant one.
You can take 3 for that, would you?
I can't do no lower.
Time to get my strategy on. But why do they make these things so hard to open? That's better. Looks a bit complicated, but I am delighted to learn this game has a beach volleyball stage. And I may be able to further enhance my mood by reminding myself of some classic crews. Who on earth stops Top Gun halfway through? Not me. Locations. Small field. I don't care who you are. Life has challenges. Small fields can feel deceptively bigger when perusing the inside perimeters. Tables are often packed in much tighter, just like a can of meaty fish. Another spectacular morning. I have not one good feeling in my bones. I have 10. A sole flag marking a promised land. A land filled with curious cars. Still setting up, so some minor gaps. But what can I find today? Not interested in Spitfires? However, I am interested in a nice leather wallet. Not just any wallet, but a Steve Madden wallet. Steve Madden. And how much do they want for this? Only £1. 50 pence for Steve, and 50 pence for Madden. And what's this? A Robert Kiyosaki.
Which are their books? 50p.
My good friend cannot stand Robert Kiyosaki. I've not had too many problems with him. And I do want to be a badass at making money in these unprecedented times. I can already feel the badass vibes. What are those unusual chairs? Might look good in a 1980s casino. I've only been to a casino once though. Half a chair there, no good to anyone. And what are these torturous devices? Some fantastical garden implements to cause unnecessary damage. Any cheap DVDs for me? Car boot sales are often great places to find children's toys and products, or even funny little chairs. Wonder what he's so happy about. Ah, the return of the 50p Boxman. There is a Now album here. Now 108. Oh, it's in a funny cardboard sleeve, not the correct plastic casing that I was after. Put that back. But wait there, it's the goat. Even the dog agrees. Eddie Murphy. Raw. Arguably not as good as Delirious, but then I'm not arguing.
How much are their DVDs?
£3 for £1.
3 for £1.
Only got a choice of Black Hawk Down, Moon Landings, and Dutch Violinists.
How much for just one? How much
50
for
pence?
50p?
50 pence is more than adequate for the goat. Now what's so special about these CDs? £3 each? It's absolute daylight robbery. I don't see anything special with these. But hang on, there's another rack. But these are £2. Still far too much money. What on earth is this seller playing at? A precariously placed Wii, just begging for someone to buy it. Not me, because they want £40. Get rid of it. Perusal of Blu-rays is always useful, but nothing here for me today. This is more like it. I am after an AC adapter.
How much is that?
£4 seems a bit too much, although not confident of the current market rate of adapters.
You'd take 3 for that, would you?
Not yet, mate.
No.
Cost me 10, that did.
Not yet means a possibility of a future reduction. Let's pause for time to pass.
You should take 350 for the challenge. Yeah?
£3.50. Done. And what procurements has my Lego chap been able to source this week?
£80 for the giant one.
80.
How is in here he is?
£80 is quite a lot of money, and it's already been built. Could be a good investment though.
I can't do no lower.
Okay.
Well, that's put the kiboshes on things, hasn't it? Box random adult DVDs, 50 for £5. Could be good, could be bad. I don't know if I'm up for the challenge this morning. I am quite convinced that this will not be 50 Seagal DVDs or 50 Arnold Schwarzeneggers. 50. No sorting. Well, that's made up my mind, clearly. And there's much bigger fish to fry, because I need some major crisps for a small gathering that I am hosting, and I do take my hosting very seriously. Quick coffee break, and then back into the crisps. And this time I'm going for the yummies. 10 for £1, all in date. Nice keys, but I need some secret shoe deployment for a tactical advantage when driving home. Now I will have a nice clean car floor. Time to close the book of the land of expectation. Successful tactical crisp procurement will hopefully mean my night will go without a hitch. I have never heard of yummies, but they boast being easy cheesy, crunchy, yummy, and melty. We'll soon see about that. I do hope this works in my screen, but if not, I will keep on, keep progressing to ultimately find what I am looking for. £1 to secure a nice little wallet. Absolute bargain of the morning. Thank you for watching Car Boot Tribes. I hope your crisp procurement journey goes well. I wish you all the luck. What does being a badass at making money actually mean? It's my Car Boot Tribes, and I've got good vibes. This time it's 4. Coming up.
You wouldn't do the 2 for £3, would you?
It's very limited edition.
Oh, sorry.
Mind Mood Monopoly. Now last time I remembered Gertrude and Maud, very worthy competitors. But are they up to the challenge today? Because I'm taking no prisoners, and I'm going to buy everything. everything. Key strategic and fun games will prepare you for the challenges that lie ahead. Locations. Supermarkets. I got you open like supermarkets. The desolated wasteland of a supermarket ground can be an ideal frontrunner to have a multi-joyous car boot experience. Hope that gets tidied before Sunday. The precision-cut rectangular lanes are perfect to regiment stall holders to set up quickly and efficiently, allowing maximum viewing pleasure. Behind this cataclysm of rusty bits and broken fences lies the doorway to another land, the land of the car boot. But how on earth do I even get in this place? I see people. This must be the secret entrance. A slight eeriness to today. And why is that car all alone on a tiny bit of concrete? Don't know. Triple M. Multi-mud mayhem. Let's get it done. Star Trek collectibles and ceramic plates. The perfect combination. Difficult to eat your chips on. Oh, and they were going full slog through the mud. What's this? Spaceballs? A considered classic, along with Evil Woman. How much do they want?
How much are the DVDs?
50p each, darling.
Aspects box. Really enjoyed that blast of music, but I can't hang about. I think I am in the market for an Xbox storage tower, but do I want to pay £4? Plenty water containers for now. And plenty pots and dumbbells. Oh, there's an ottoman there. I used to have an ottoman as a small child. Didn't do much with it other than bury the toys I was afraid of, namely the Muppet Scooter and Kermit the Frog. There must be something amongst all this product for me. No. Usual stash of generic CDs. Who's that chap? But here we go. This is more like it. A rusty shelving unit and the most impressive set of cabling I have ever seen, meticulously squashed into a dirty white van. There's got to be something here for me. I wonder what the going rate is for a rusty shelving unit these days. Oh, the terrain is getting more and more treacherous as the minutes go on. There's got to be something here. Oh, hang on. Random black wooden ornament and rusty keys. Giant keys. Why are those keys so big? And what are they for? I am not interested.
Do you mind just, I can't, I won't be able to get out there with you, Carl.
Oh, sorry.
Do you mind just, so you the car boot sale?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got fencing competitions happening today. Do you mind just parking with all the car
Oh,
boots
no,
over
that's
there?
fine. Yeah,
Brilliant.
cool.
Who organises a fencing competition at a car boot sale? I've never heard those words before, and it's causing me some considerable challenge in my thinking. But never mind. This is hopefully only a minor setback. Let's get to the bargains. More CDs. Absolutely dismal. I don't even want to know how to draw manga for 50p. Hang on, that looks like Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters. My good friend couldn't stand Dave Grohl because he thought he smiled too much. He has later reflected on his comments and now agrees that he probably is the nicest man in rock. But what does fresh pot mean?
How much is that?
£4.
£4.
It's very limited edition
Very
from
random.
the Foo Fighters festival. From Foo
Oh, is
Fighters
it from
concert.
the concert? Is
It's
it?
from the concert. Yeah, I worked on the stage ring.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
From the concert means nicked.
Well, it was the last time they did a big Milton Keynes festival with
yeah.
Alice Cooper and all that.
Okay, it's because Dave Grohl used to be obsessed with pots of coffee. Got you. Not that pot.
You would do 3 on it, would you?
Well, I suppose so. Yeah.
Just do it.
It's all part of the patina, that is.
Oh, is it? Is it like ripped? Is it ripped off?
Oh, I ripped it off. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it for 3.
Yeah.
I always wondered what it would be like to walk through a crowded car boot sale carrying a massive sign saying fresh pot on it. And today I finally find out. What is it like? It feels a bit weird, but mildly pleasant.
How much are the cables?
How much are the cables, Barb? £3 the cables, wasn't it? £3, my lovely.
I'm not sure I agree with Barbara's cable pricing policy.
How much are the keyrings?
50p, my love.
However, her keyring pricing policy is absolutely spot on. Let's see if Barbara will let me have a cheeky 50p off. Go on, Barb.
Do the 2 for £3, would you?
Yeah,
Not
go on then.
50p off.
Always trust a Barbara to give you a discount.
How much are the 50p?
50p's and Blu-rays go together like peas and carrots.
How much are these?
Pound a piece, mate.
£1.
I am after an adapter for a small computer screen that I have yet to find the correct one.
Do a pound a piece or 3 for a £5. Was that a deal?
Yeah, I don't think so.
If I had a fiver for every time I've heard that, I'd probably have £10. Games so terrible, half of them have had to be stashed away in a bag for life. Boot 3 for unusual oversized ceramic head mugs. The motherlode has been hit for a multitude of murder weapons and associated cabling. Car boots can provide the perfect opportunity to go ape for only £2.50. Well, despite the rain, the bargains still came. Oh, that rhymes, that. Anyway, Barbara became trustful, and I was able to increase the variety of my Steven Seagal collection. It's getting rather impressive these days. It's very good to see that Seagal is still wearing his shades. The sign of a good film, surely. No good deed goes unpunished. One of Clint Howard's finest performances. And what better way to spend a rainy afternoon than with a truckload of Van Damme and Seagal movies. Classic Seagals for only £1.50. I'll be digging into those later. Well, it's that time again to thank you for watching Car Boot Tribes. Remember people, even if the weather is dismal, there are still bargains to be had. Don't let a little spot of rain ruin your fun. Car booters are a very hardy bunch, and you never know what you may find. You may find a massive sign with fresh pot on it, as an example. Bye. It's my Car Boot Tribes, and I've got good vibes. Well, what have we here? Coming up.
How much is it now? 70?
Yeah.
You wouldn't do 30 for the Wii and the 2 Lego sets, would you?
Oh, no chance. No.
It is important to have some crucial downtime before your car boot hunting adventure. And what better way to do this than by relaxing in the company of one of the greatest storytellers of our time. As so many of the great science fiction movies remind us, there are some things that mankind was never meant to discover. I will simply report that this remains the best known performance of the song Rocket Man ever done. I remember seeing that performance on MTV. A total classic. This has been highly enjoyable up till now. See you later, Bill. Locations. Community Centre. Never underestimate the ability of a small group of committed individuals to change the world. A cheeky little community centre can provide an exciting alternative to your bargain hunting mission, often hidden in plain sight of a friendly local neighbourhood. A centre can attract a very different selection of products for your perusal. Cash register, how quaint. An unnerving amount of fog this morning. However, this could be seen as an advantage in providing some suitable cover from the enemy as I go into battle. Remember your training and ensure your eye scanning is at DEFCON 1. Not even the horses have bothered turning up today. That's not a good sign. Not good at all. Clearly the fog has put off prospective sellers. This could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. Only one way to find out. The usual plash of generic sports games. Plenty of FIFA, rugby, what else? No, nothing. Not for me. These have to be the most terrible batteries I have ever come across. I used these once and they lasted about 22 minutes. I've made an error here. I've just purchased an all-in-one remote.
So these £3, are they?
Pardon?
£3, are they?
£3.
But hopefully if this one works, I'll be able to quickly cancel my previous order. Let's see if he will do a deal.
You would take 250, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
An isolated large brick Xbox One. Not in the mood today, and not for 25 quid. Not quite a Now album, but for 10p, I'm gonna give it a go. Hardly seems worth it for 10 pence. The magical world of Harry Potter and top trumps. Those days are long behind me. Anything here? No. Got that Lego Star Wars. It's looking a bit miserable, I'm afraid. And welcome to the most random selection of bits. Smashed up phones and bright pink shoes to confuse. Nothing is taking my fancy though. Bag full of dinos. Suitably placed murder weapons. All displayed for you in glorious Technicolor. The classic City Rats with Danny Dyer for only 50 pence. Not for me today, I am not feeling in the mood for Dyer. You may often see regular sellers at the car boot and build a nice gentle rapport with them. Well, I'm not having FIFA 20, no matter what the cost. I used to love Hot Wheels as a small boy. That is a very impressive tower of old VHS videotapes. Not sure there's anything here to take my fancy though.
How much are these ones?
£10 each, darling.
£10.
Do I need another Wii? Not really, but this will either go in the investment pile or for a secondary gaming room.
You wouldn't do 30 for the Wii and the 2 Lego sets, would you?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Yeah?
This chap's still clinging on to his Lego Landspeeder.
How much is it now? 70?
He's got to be weakening by now. He's had it a number of weeks. Might hover with a bit of mild disinterest.
60.
I would do it for 60, yeah. Yeah.
There you go. I don't want to take it back.
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah.
And I'll chuck in the Star Wars book as well.
Ah,
You can have the Lego one.
Thank you.
But that was only going for £1 anyway, so.
build me up, tear me right back down again. This looks an interesting mix of items. And what do we have here? Retro gaming. Often terrible, but I can't resist.
How much is that?
I'll do £2 on that.
£2 for 200 games. Never heard of Vanquish. It's got Sega on it. That could be a good sign. Interesting selection here, not the usual FIFAs.
I think that one was 2.
Oh dear, no disc. This is not acceptable. Oh, there's some massive monster feet there. But no, I digress. Interested in this Vanquish though? But not currently interested in bright orange fluffy monster feet. That would be taking things too far.
How much is that one?
It's
Best I could do on that one's 15. Rare.
15 quid and rare. I've heard that one before.
25 on eBay, that one.
Intriguing, but I'm not having any of this. Do look at spread betting to negotiate down an overall spend.
Do 20 for all those then.
So look what you got. Oh, no chance. No, sorry.
Knocking the fives off. Comes to 25.
Nah, because to be honest, I'll be doing that for a tenner then.
Yeah. All those less. Yeah.
Nah, the trouble is I sell so many games. Just come up a little bit, just a little bit more, and I can...
22.
Go on.
Yeah?
There we go.
Okay.
There's that for you.
I am not into bikes, but I am into investment. Might pop this one back in the loft with my alarming collection of Nintendo Wiis. Do prefer them boxed, really. Bobby Brown's on this collection. Well, I do hope this works with my television set. And what a nice gentleman giving me a free book. That is what building rapport is all about. He's a very regular chap and always sells me a multitude of Lego sets. Don't think that's the right C3PO, but I'm certainly not going to complain for £60. And I'm a bit worried how I'm going to get this back on. You can never get it back. I wonder what this Vanquish is going to be like. This seemed a bit steep, but I'm willing to give it a go. And I'm not sure I have the 129 hours required to complete the Final Fantasy games. But this has got to be worth a punt for 2 quid. Look at its tiny little buttons. And complete with all the leads. Enjoyment ready. This may also be begging for a little review. Nice Owl, thank you for watching Car Boot Tribes. It's my Car Boot Tribes. And I've got good vibes. It was a lovely, lovely day. Coming up.
You'd take £3 for all of them, would you? You'd do 7 for it, would you?
Oh, not this again. Why, oh why must this keep happening? I will be having words with that tree later. This is going to take a monumental amount of time. Calm restored.
I'm having trouble.
Locations. Cricket ground. I think I'd struggle to get excited by synchronised swimming. You're not wrong there, Ian. Cricket grounds can be highly desirable to utilise as car boot selling arenas because they're flat. I wonder if Ronald Draper likes car boot sales. Well, that generator's a bit much. I can barely hear myself think. But hang on a minute. There's some funny Mario Kart Scalextrics rip-off. £2. But is it all there? Haven't got time to muck about, so I need to give this a little bit of a shake and assess accordingly. Seems adequate enough noise? Let's go for it. I do believe I spy some videotapes, but not just any videotapes.
How much are the videos?
50p ago.
Batman and 50 pence for a bit of snipes? The answer is most definitely yes.
To the CDs.
50 each.
But there's more. Nirvana Nevermind, special edition, also 50 pence. I will definitely be having this away. Already got the Foo Fighters, one of the best albums I've ever listened to, the colour and the shape. Anything good here? No. Not even bothered to put the original covers on some of these. No chance. A load of curtain bits and poles and polystyrene heads. Not really my cup of tea. £3 on the heads, or 2 for a £5. Not bad. The vertical strategy game.
How much is the game?
How much is that, mate?
How much is that?
I'll just check it's all there, if you
It
can.
looks like it's all there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bit...
Yeah, it's got a figure on there. It's £3 if you want, mate.
Forget that. Not in my strategy game buying budget this morning. But what about some soothing now albums to add to my current collection and obsession with collecting as many as I possibly can? There's the best of Halloween there.
Yeah, no, like if you want to shoot.
50 pence each.
Well, you can't go too wrong at 50 pence each. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Well, you could lose 50 pence. Those 3 will do. That seems very acceptable to add to the nows.
So I didn't have to. But her personality is so similar.
those 3.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Now just to suitably deploy into special trouser pockets and I can be on my way. Bargain. I've been here before. This chap usually has an absolute stack load of Blu-rays and good action films for my enjoyment. What has he got in his large plastic boxes this morning? Steven Seagal's Violence of Action appears to be in the comedy section. Didn't know he did comedy. Intentionally. I shouldn't really be purchasing more Blu-rays as I am slowly running out of space. But I can't resist when it comes to some seriously classic 90s action films.
Got 3 there.
If you buy 5, you get 1 free. So if you want to make it up,
do I?
up to you, yeah.
Oh,
If
right,
you buy
okay.
10, get 2 free.
Oh, okay.
That makes it very easy for me. Let's see what else I can purchase. My good friend said Harrison Ford should be called Harrison Beard in The Fugitive because at the start of the film he is wearing a beard. I pointed out that he later shaves his beard off, but my friend refuses to accept this, and I don't know why.
£5.
Oh, some curious gamepad holders for £5 each. I spotted some more Now albums. Let's have a look what we've got here. Trouble is, I can't remember what numbers I've got now.
50p?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
And the singles in there are 25.
Go on then, another 3 for £1.50. Now that's what I call a bargain. Another Game Boy knockoff. I am going to resist just this once. The boys from the dwarf. Already got these, but I can't resist a bit of a punt.
You would take £3 for all of them, would you? I think it comes to 4.
No, because there's quite a number of discs in there. There's more than one disc in all of them.
Yeah.
I'll leave those classics for someone else to enjoy. Well, I feel the boot is slowly coming to an end, but hang on a minute. What's this tripod? This has more buttons and dials and levers than my current tripods, and these devices can be unusually expensive for a few bits of metal poles.
How much is this?
Tenner.
You'd do 7 for it, would you?
No,
No.
no, it's got to be a tenner's worth there, mate.
He's got a point. Looking forward to some exciting and dramatic angles. I've actually heard of a few artists on this compact disc, but not so many on this one. Never mind. The Now quest continues, and building up quite an impressive portfolio. I wonder if compact discs will ever come back into real fashion again. You may find some enjoyment from setting yourself some little challenges at the car boots.
You ever play roulette?
No, I haven't.
Well, let me give you a word of advice. Always bet on black.
Thanks, Wesley. Not sure if I've heard all of the B-sides on this, but for 50 pence I simply cannot go wrong. But I could certainly go wrong with Violence of Action. Time to revisit a bit of Harrison Beard. Remember, beards should not be a deciding factor as to whether to watch a film or not. Seagal's best film in years. I shall reserve my expectations. Doesn't even look like him on the cover. This tripod seems to be called the Slik 88, which gives me some unusual memories. Thank you for watching Car Boot Tribes. It's been a curious mix of VHS, CDs and tripod. But that's the beauty of car boot sales, and like Forrest Gump, you never know what you're going to get. It's my Car Boot Tribes, and I've got good vibes. Careful, you must be. Coming up.
What's the Xbox?
50.
How much is that one?
Well, I've got 50 on that one, 40 on that one. That's a set, but we've added the helicopter.
Time to peruse and choose. But what should I play? None of these. I'm going to play a classic. Locations. School grounds. I think part of being human is jokes. A playground or playing field can provide a large amount of pleasure when they are transformed into an exciting and relevant car boot enclosure. Arrived here today at precisely 6:54 AM on a bit of a gloomy overcast day. Don't get too upset with the weather. Regular booters are a hardy bunch. Not even got everything out yet. I'm after a hula hoop, but not quite yet. Time will have to tell. I'm not sure I agree with actual murder weapons at the car boot, but I guess this is for historical reasons, just like that funny little hat. But what's that hiding behind the hat? I do believe it's an Xbox One.
It's the Xbox?
50.
50.
No worries, thank you.
Heard of Pamela Butchart, but that's as far as I've got. Good rummage potential. CDs 2 for £1. There's got to be something here. And there is. I remember having Ash 1977, but can I find another CD for my completion of the deal? My good friend sold all of his compact discs. He got a very good price. He said he was totally done with physical media, and he would never go back to those dark days. Impressive looking chainsaw with a nice handy sheath to protect the danger. Am I in the mood for a tiny little office chair? No. And what have we here? Some unusual garden curiosities. This chap seems to specialise in them. I wonder why you would want a massive wooden chilli in your garden. I wonder how many of those does he sell? The word toadstool appeared first in the 14th century England as a reference for a stool for toads. The 14th century suddenly feels like a very, very long time ago. Anyway, I digress. The important thing to remember is, how much does he want for this little chap smoking a pipe? I'm going to find out.
How much is that one? How much is that one?
40 quid.
40.
Or a new
This chap really likes his crisps. Whilst I consider pipe-smoking toadstool gentlemen what is in this box, I do believe it's a pair of Beats headphones. Be careful, there are a lot of knockoffs, but these are the cheaper versions.
How much are these?
So less likely to be fakes. I'll certainly give these a go for £1 though. What have we here? I do believe it is some floor-standing LED lighting system, and she's got two. How much will she want for these? Not a make I've heard of, but I've not heard of a lot of things. I could be on here for a dual deal. I've not seen this seller before, so I am not sure of her negotiation capabilities. But let's see if I can strike whilst the iron is warming. Seem pleasant prices and a nice alternative to burgers, but not for me now. Some sellers arrange their clothing beautifully on very shiny rails. Others display them in a large heap on the floor. I have only ever been camping twice in my entire life, and it is not an experience I wish to do for a third time, even though they say third time's a charm. But then they say a lot of things. Don't need any current cabling systems. Massive Lego head and generic Xbox games. I am tempted with a massive Lego head, but my room needs some considerable care and attention before I get well into that. A book on war is a bit too depressing for me at this time of the morning. Move along. Now this chap's always got some interesting items, and he's always got his 50p box well stocked. I wonder where he gets all his products from, but can't really see anything for me today. Nice wheels. Thankfully, I never really got into the movie memorabilia fluffy toy market, but I would not be adverse to the odd fluffy Super Mario figure, or maybe a Sonic. Oh, I did used to have some of those. I don't know what happened to them. I think they got lost in the move. Or maybe someone put them in the bin. That would have been a terrible shame. Terrible shame and an equally terrible demise. Maybe I should buy a fluffy Mario. Here we go. Some more Lego. What do we have here?
Well, I've got 50 on that one, 40 on that one. That's a set, but we've added the helicopter, say 25 for that one.
Do I want a technical vehicle based on the pursuits of the Fast and Furious gang? No, I do not. Far too technical for me. I've also not yet seen all of the Fast and Furious movies, so I do not think it would be fair to purchase Dom's Dodge Charger until I've seen all of the movies in full glory before making a critical decision such as this. Or I just don't like Technic Lego. Well, despite it being a bit of a gloomy morning, I think things have turned out quite okay, really. I looked these headphones up and they retail for about £28. They do look authentic, and I am going to have some fun with not one of these lights, but two. But I think I need to make some critical preparations first to rearrange my gaming room to ensure that I have a fully working pair of LED tower tastiness. Thanks for watching Car Boot Tribes. It's my Car Boot Tribes, and I've got good vibes. Why would you think that? Coming up.
Take any less for it, would you? 25. You wouldn't take 4 for it, would you?
Sometimes in life it is essential to give yourself a little bit of relax and recovery time. So I've decided to get serious about diffusing, maintaining full clarity, and it wouldn't hurt to play some of your favourite tunes for ultimate pleasure. Locations. Pub. Well, there's no point in asking me. I can't remember what happened last night. Pubs are not just famous for providing much needed refreshment and consumption of fermented vegetable products. Pubs have a little secret hiding in plain sight, and that secret is the pub car park, ranging from the minuscule to the massive. A pub car park is a perfect hiding place to sell your second-hand wares in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. My good friend is joining me this morning and he requires a pre-made themed mug of coffee for the journey.
What I do believe in is my cup of coffee. And that coffee is hot, filled right to the brim.
Which adds an additional light challenge. Happy to report no coffee calamities occurred, so my good friend is in very high spirits and very alert to help me do battle. Weather could go either way, which is causing us some minor worry. Now that is a lot of tyres, but I do need some tyres. Now that is a lot of Copperberg cider. Out of date, bit dodgy. Usual plethora of mixed items, but what's this? A semi-automatic machine gun by the looks of things? Surely that's not right. Not right at all.
£3, mate. Never been out the box, still in the cellophane inside.
£3.
Yeah. As you see, it's still inside there and it's still inside the packaging inside. Look, never been opened.
Take any less for it, would you?
2 quid the lowest I'd take.
2 quid.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
About 50 bottles of bleach for 50 pence each. I'm terrible at DIY, and what's here? A massive plash load of collectible action figures and dinosaur toys. My friend is tempted, but not by the pink shoes. What are these? Colourful Skittle vapes. Not for me. This has to be the most unusual display of garden ornaments I have ever seen, and they come with quite a price. £300 for a massive bear. I don't know who carries £300 at a car boot, but it isn't me. Move along. Some of the most impressive trousers I have ever seen in my life. Reminds me of the time my friends and I tried to have a milk and trousers themed night, but everyone forgot the milk. Those are very impressive carrying cases, I presume from a musical background. Not for me though, I don't own any musical instruments except a tiny keyboard, but I don't know if that counts.
I'm £1 a piece, mate.
Okay.
This is more like it. A PlayStation 4 with a pad. I don't currently own a PlayStation 4 console, so I wonder how much he wants.
How much is that?
One of those ones.
How much?
£100, mate.
£100.
It's all working with the remote as well.
Okay.
A wanna. Never heard of that terminology, but still too much for me. But this is more like it. Super Nintendo consoles, although they're a bit battered. This one's missing a massive chunk out of it, and quite yellowed. This does not bode well, but worth a rummage. Loads of German Battleborn games.
This title is £1 each, sir.
£1 each. And how much are the DS games?
These are 2 for a £5.
2 for a £5.
2 for a £5's not bad. Already got Tetris, but it's good on the trade-ins. Could be worth a punt to get another cartridge in. Those Super Nintendos are in absolutely terrible condition, completely yellowed, and he wants £25 each. Not on my watch, not at all. Let's see what else he's got. Not going near that Mega Drive classic game console, it's bad. Never heard of Raises Hell on Xbox, but he seems to have a dubious amount of sealed copies. Well, I'll keep looking.
This is that one?
This one actually, I checked the price. I think by mistake it's here.
Oh.
He's bought the game whacked by mistake. That is not a good sign. He's going to look it up on his portable device and tell me the good news.
About 25.
25.
£25? That is not good news. Forget that. Still a bit curious though about Raises Hell. Not sure. Might just go with these DS games. Dancehall CDs and rum and bass. Smooth grooves here.
Actually 35 on his challenge, so I can get in the queue for nothing. I'll do it for 30 if you want it.
This cue belonged to Mick, because it's got his name scrawled on the top of it.
Straight queue as well.
Straight queue? Always good to know. Heard of Kindles, not heard of Nooks. Used to think it just meant a corner or recess, but now I learn it's an alternative option to a popular electronic reading device.
You wouldn't take 4 for it, would you? Yeah? Okay.
Jap's bought a mower. Good on him. Bubble wrap becoming very popular.
How much are they? 3 for 5.
Bargain if you're in the packing business.
How much are these? 10.
But for 10 quid, you can get an even bigger bargain. It's all about the bubble today. My good friend has his own pool and snooker table, and he's remembered his training. Nice plants and a nice bike. Not too shabby. New boot but new rain. But this chap struck gold. Despite the rain, it is possible to find elevation solutions at competitive prices. Usual suspects here. I think I've got most of these games. But never mind. Let's have a look what else there is. Xbox 360. Now album, but missing disc 1.
Hi, Stacey. Didn't see you for a second. Didn't see you there for a second.
Oh, right,
you blended in.
Hey?
You blended in.
I did, yeah.
Camouflage rucksack is working well.
Just take that one.
Good, yeah.
Cheers.
Oh dear, the heavens have finally opened. This is not looking good. We must scarper. Might be pushing our luck a bit, but we've scarpered 15 miles south to see if boot number 3 can give us any more delights and collectibles at cheap prices. But unfortunately, the weather seems to have affected this location, because this is one of the loneliest car boot sales I've ever seen in the world. Ever. Still time to catch mysterious erotic tales though, for 50p, despite the weather. There's some Van Dammes locked away in there. No, generic Nintendo DS games. Already got some of these games. Slim pickings, for sure. And FIFAs, of course. What on earth is Timmy time? Don't think that's my thing. What else? More tyres. My good friend does own a BMW. I wonder if those would have suited him. But he's not here. Anyway. Might be a new world record that. 6 minutes 21 seconds. It was worth trying, but Boot 4 is a total washout. Hardy sellers remain, but I'm not going over there for a copy of FIFA 99. Well, it wasn't the best of mornings, but bargains can still be acquired, so always be prepared, and don't let the rain always put you off. Wear a suitable raincoat or have one located in your car. This has been Car Boot Tribes. Enjoy your booting wherever you may be, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your bargain hunting adventure. Not quite sure how this nook will work, but for £4 got to be worth a punt. And my friend was delighted with his balls and figures. Thank you. It's my Car Boot Tribes, and I've got good vibes. Time to venture to the promised land. Coming up, return of the Lucky Dip.
This one is a £5, but give me £3 if you want.
You didn't take a pound for it, did you?
Would you take £4 for the lot? What a bizarre dream. Locations. Markets. Love what you do and do what you love. Otherwise you will become unhappy and self-defeating. And we don't want that. Markets go back a very, very long way, and have been a popular choice amongst people who cannot resist a cut-price potato or apple, a massive sack of rice, or even a leisure suit. Car boots can often be firmly attached to a well-developed market establishment. Do your research and find out where your local cut-price banana specialist is. Large markets equals large parking opportunities. Critical use of weather applications may help you in planning your car boot journey. Drizzle, makes me determined. Going with my family for fun. Doesn't look too bad now, and I can comfortably report that there is no current drizzle. This could be just the morning for the family fun adventure. No, the boot's not there, it's somewhere over there, through the secret entrance to a promised land. Nice to see some healthy options filter into the car boot stratosphere. This chap said the tunes were free. Any 360 games I have yet to acquire? Not really. Not into infinity. I've seen it all now. I've heard about bringing the kitchen sink, but this chap's bought his important bath. Curious. This is more like it, into the saxophone. I've never really been able to play a musical instrument, unless you count the recorder, but I don't count that.
To the CDs?
£1 each, mate.
I'm sure I've already got Now 98, but I don't think I have Now 100. £1 each isn't too bad. It's roughly the going rate for a compact disc of this calibre. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a punt on 100. Sounds good.
Let's take that one.
Thank you.
Well, I'm feeling lucky once again this morning, and this time it's 10 items for £1. My mother is urging me to spend £1 as she urgently wants to see what 10 items I will receive. And as she pointed out, you could spend £1 going to the toilet. Car boot sales can be very useful places to furnish a new or old home. You might like to furnish it with some rusty bits and some broken teddy bears. But what's this? An Xbox 360 game I have heard of, but I do not currently own. Garden Warfare. You might be thinking, what do I do with all of these games once I've played them? Well, sometimes I trade them in, and sometimes I'll swap them with a few of my friends. Funny looking doll, guitar, and DVDs, and signs, more signs, lots of signs. Lots and lots of signs. Not really feeling in the signage mood today though. Any 3 books for £1. Nothing takes my fancy. But what is this? A bespoke miniature Super Nintendo rip-off. And it's called The Cool Baby. How much do they want for this? I cannot resist these cheap knock-off devices.
How much is that?
This one is a £5, but give me £3 if you want.
3.
I suppose £3's not bad to give this a bit of a whirl. And this is definitely begging for a video review. Here we go. Another Now album, and one of the greatest soundtracks ever created.
More 50p,
50p.
As I am slowly getting acclimatized to the compact disc revolution once more, 50 pence for Top Gun soundtrack is an absolute bargain, not to be missed. Top CD and top price. This is turning out to be a top boot. The usual plash of garden ornaments. I do not currently need small fishes or skulls for my outdoor environment. My friend wants an Xbox pad, but he doesn't want a set of tyres, thankfully. And what's this lurking behind some generic DVD box sets? I do believe it's The Simpsons Hit and Run on the PC. Looks in good condition. This game is an absolute belter on Xbox. I wonder how it plays on the PC.
What is that?
Okay,
You can take £1 for it, did you?
150 because the single ones are like £1. They sell single ones for £1.
Was it?
That's a triple one.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you.
So far, so clean, but I do not want an ice cream. Turn that dreadful noise off. Boot number 2. And I've got a very strange feeling. This feels all too familiar. Like I've been here before. And worryingly, I've lost my parents. They were last seen buying some eggs. Car boot souls. Yes. Do keep a constant review of prices of items that you enjoy. They can change dramatically.
Piano or keyboard? Oh no, I called it piano.
To the games?
Tekken 7. I said piano. I've got a keyboard.
Would you do those 2 for 8?
Yes! Yeah, go on, Tim.
Yeah?
Well, I didn't know Reagan McNeil enjoyed a car boot. I guess car boots really are fun for all the family and recently possessed people. Chap's got a Game Boy themed bag which interests me greatly. More PC games, but is there anything worth having a punt at? I do not think so. These jeans look a little dubious. Is there anything good in this stack of vinyl? Now on vinyl, I don't think counts towards the challenge. Nice prints, but I have no more wall space. Sorry. Gonna really miss the last butcher. He really knew how to sell his chicken. You can forget the Kessel run. This is the car boot run. With a cheeky second helping. I wonder how much joy this cool baby can really give me. I think this is begging for a video review though. Bound to be absolutely terrible. It's not even HDMI. And I did not already own Now 100. Luckily, I did find my parents eventually. They had purchased a number of eggs and were waiting patiently for me by the car. Car boots can indeed be absolutely a fun family day out. My good friend says Balan Wonderland is absolutely dreadful. Now let's see if my £1 was well spent. Actually needed a file. Bonus. Doesn't feel like there's anything in here. What on earth is in here? Aha! 2 little black bits. Not what I was after. And what's this? A bit of silver plastic. Another bit of plastic in blue. Don't know what that is. And what's this? More little black bits to add to the collection. Oh, and yes, another pair of black bits. I'm getting quite a collection going. Yes, and more black bits. Welcome to the most curious selection of bits for £1. 10 items for £1. And if anyone can tell me what those black bits are, I would be very grateful. But as my mother said, you could spend £1 going to the toilet. Thanks, Mum, and thank you for watching Car Boot Tribes. Yes! It's my Car Boot Tribes. And I've got good vibes. They are not strawberries. Coming up.
You'd do 4 for £1, would you? Would you do it any cheaper if I had
Any two what?
Clouds and blue sky for ultimate contemplation. Quick audit of garden. Check themed ornaments. Theming maintained. New sign needed imminently. And to keep the gnomes positive and happy, although not showing much emotion today. Forget emotion, I need a coffee to the brim. What has happened to that milk? Locations. Village Hall. I've got to admit it's getting better. It's a little better all the time. Villages are smaller than cities or towns, but do not write them off just yet, as they can be a highly lucrative opportunity for you to inject some bargain hunting liquid into your arms and legs and explore the wonders of a village hall, which sometimes can house a tiny bespoke car boot sale housed in a somewhat musty, cold, yet prosperous walled environment, with dedicated friendly people selling an assortment of intricate items, or a broken teddy bear, sadly. Sometimes I like to mix things up a bit and choose alternative routes to the car boot, but do ensure this is planned perfectly, as you do not want to get involved in a catastrophic mess with time. Because time is your most valuable commodity, and one that cannot be sold unless flogging a watch, weather looking a bit grisly. I need to make tracks and stop admiring colour. As nice as it is, it will not help me with my quest. Bit nervous as this rain is starting to pick up. And we're into the advanced bric-a-brac. Why would I want half of Darth Vader's helmet? Anything exciting on the high-gloss console market? No. These teddy bears do not look broken, but I don't want them. Could I do with some red leather gloves? I do not think so. What's here? More VHS videotapes. A bit of Lock, Stock and Craze. Not in the mood for that though. I never knew you could get massive versions of Barbie. That must have cost an absolute fortune, you. Now we're talking. Now albums. Now can I get these cheap? Now I certainly hope so.
How much are their CDs?
30p each.
30p each.
Have a good rummage.
30 pence each? I'm definitely going to have a rummage. Wait a minute. These compact disc cases are completely obliterated. But do not let this get in the way of a total bargain.
You would do 4 for £1, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Right, I've got 4 there.
I do not know if the dog would like some sprats or big ears. I'd better find out for next time. You can always count on a load of Olivers at every car boot. But what is in this funny little tent? An unusual assortment of items. But wait there. Things might be getting better all the time.
How much are their Beatles?
5 rupees.
A fiver?
Yeah, 5 rupees. The singles will pay for you side.
Now to listen.
£1 each.
Classic McCartney. For only £1. I bet McCartney has earned £1 by the time I finished saying this. These seem in good condition, but remember to always check. It is important to be reminded of this regularly to minimise mishaps. Why has he got 2 copies of the best of the Beatles? I mean, it is the only album you will ever need, but you don't need 2. Aha! Flaming Pie. An absolute belter of an album, but there's got to be more to do with dealing.
You wouldn't do them any cheaper if I had all those?
Sorry?
Would you do it any cheaper if I had
Any
all
two?
those?
Any two what?
Would you do it any cheaper if I had that and the CDs?
Well, let's say, if you had two frames, I'd do them for £8.
Oh, okay.
And I'd do that for 10, so 10 quid for the 3. I'll do that one or that one.
Oh, okay, so I'll pick another one and it'll be a tenner.
Yeah.
I will definitely listen to what the man says.
Okay. So they're perfect singles as well.
Okay.
So you got to worry about anyway.
Yeah.
Nice wheel. Don't play sports of any kind. Big-headed Lego.
How much is that?
It just needs a bit of top work.
That feels a bit.
Yeah, it does play tapes.
Yeah.
But it just needs a bit. So I'm doing it for like £3 as I'm going now.
Plays tapes. Well, that's comforting. Can 50p box man save the day today? It's worth a rummage. He does cycle through his movies fairly regularly, and I found some space and a Don Johnson classic, Rosignol. Funny name. This is more like it, a classic box of bits. What have we here? This can't be right. Is this really for sale? Hang on. I found the singular glove that could be useful when I find myself in times of trouble. Got to be worth a punt in another lifetime. What's that thing? Literally a broken bit. Classic mini cheddars pizza edition, but out of date. Not sure I've heard of many of these artists because I am very old. However, my good friend is totally obsessed with Kylie Minogue. He might enjoy one of these compilations. You'd think that people would have had enough of silly love songs. The best album that you will ever need, possibly. Flaming Pie at a flaming cost of £13.99p. I can't believe that CDs used to cost that much money. So car boot sales are a perfect way to collect cheap items from a forgotten age. These might do for a very well timed complimentary gift. Thank you for watching Car Boot Tribes. It's been a bit grisly, but grisly can be good. Cheers. It's my Car Boot Tribes, and I've got good vibes. Can't stand the heat? Then get out. Coming up.
Would you throw in a Blu-ray? You'll do 3 for a tenner, would you?
I don't believe it. Recent time off has allowed me to catch up with a bit of well-deserved downtime, to enjoy a light beverage, and more importantly, brush up on my strategy, not my cleaning. Still time for fun, with a relaxing game from hell. My good friend won a Doom competition once. Locations. Indoor venues. Execution is everything. Success is not defined by an idea. It is determined by your ability to execute on that idea. As the weather will eventually turn to a grim cold snap, forcing you to wear a pre-established grade 6 item of outerwear, consideration must be given to practical solutions to variable climate conditions for your essential car boot hunting, and seeking out indoor venues will ensure you can comfortably view cut price items in a suitably housed environment at your leisure. Good to be back on familiar frontier territory on a perfectly formed morning. What wonders will await? What stories will be told? What challenges will be faced? Well, nothing if I don't get a move on.
How much are the DVDs?
The DVDs, there's more in the box over there. 3 for £1 if you want them.
I might have to break protocol here and not do 3 for £1. There's just a load of Davina workout DVDs. Forget that. That's not worth 33 pence of anybody's money. But 50p for a Jerry Lee classic is. What are those funny floaty pirate men? Dunno. Now we're cooking breakfast. Some more Now albums. I sense a bargain afoot.
To the CDs.
Do I want another high-definition collection of old Mega Drive games?
How much are the games?
£5 each, please.
£5 each? you're having a laugh. Don't know the violin. Not often you get played some lovely tunes at a car boot sale, but time must move, and here we might have the absolute motherload for Now albums. This might take some real doing. This chap's got hundreds of CDs and related media items. Seems pretty cheap. He might even do a deal, if I'm lucky. The trouble is, I can't really remember now which numbers I already own. And this is already melting my already small brain. Let's do this.
Did you throw in a Blu-ray?
How many you got there?
15.
I'll go on then.
Yeah?
Don't be afraid to be a little bit cheeky. Can't beat a bit of free bullock. I do hope I've not bought any doubles. But never mind, the deal has been done. That's an awful lot of various murder weapons. Best leave sharpish, as someone is bound to start cranking one of these out. And I don't want to be anywhere near them. Hang on a second, there's a video classic here. Dolph Lundgren's Dark Angel.
How much are the videos?
50p.
And a Moody Douglas on a bike at night in the rain.
Let's take those two.
I think this chap's confused his everythinks with his everythings, but that still doesn't make me want to purchase rather rusty tarnished garden set, no matter how much he thinks I should.
Do you need a jet wash? Do you need a clean?
Oh, it would do, yeah.
Soap and water.
Yeah.
Come on.
Horrible yellow fridge for a £5. Not on my watch. Cruise on VHS, but I've got all the cruise I need. This chap's had this Zelda for at least 12 months, and he refuses to come down on the price.
How much is that?
That's £15, Zelda.
Crumbs, he's reduced it. Still not buying it. I bet my friend would appreciate a pile of blue rope. He says rope always comes in handy. My good friend is obsessed with Doctor Who. Always made me feel lost in time and space though. Beautiful beanos. And too many FIFAs. Move along. No, not into little trucks. Or action figures. This chap normally has some quite good games though. He's got the knowledge. No bargains here. What's this? Roy Chubby Brown mixed with the Beatles. Not the standard car boot mix. But that's not always a terrible thing.
How much are the CDs?
They should all be priced.
Oh, are they?
Just asking prices.
Oh, okay.
4 if you're interested.
4.
Yeah.
How much would you do that one?
Do that the same. Cheap rate. £2.
You want to do 3 for a tenner, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. And how much is your Danger Mouse?
I've got 10 on that one. Do it for 5? It's only good to you?
Yeah,
Slow day today.
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it for 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks very much. 50. So if you just want to check that, I have checked tonight.
So it's always worth a quick.
2, 3, 4.
Wait a minute. I spot a potential PlayStation 2 classic. Ace Combat. I used to love these games on the original PlayStation. They made me feel like Tom Cruise.
How much are the games?
Pound each, mate.
Pound each. How much are the CDs?
50p.
I spy another belter from the 1990s. Alanis Morissette. I used to play this in my Nissan Micra permanently, but in those days it was on cassette tape. Isn't that ironic? No, it's not. Hang on, this seller's got a load of Levi's. I can't help myself.
Didn't take any less for those ones, did you?
Can't honestly want to pay for them.
No.
Car boots can be absolutely perfect for finding your vintage classic jean wear. I've had many a bargains, and you can too. I'm having these for 15 quid. I've never seen the film Casablanca, and I'm not sure I ever will. What are these funny little chairs? These look like little comic chairs. I would have loved those as a kid. There's absolutely loads. I wonder how many they sell. Sit on your favourite comic book character whilst you enjoy your tea. Plug sockets. Mine are still intact, thank you. Man of Steel for 3 quid. I am not ready to re-watch the classic Supermans yet. Terrible RoboCop remake. I've gone DVD blind again. Think I've had my fill of Xboxes, if I'm being honest. And I am being honest.
You alright, mate?
Yeah, how much are they?
I've got all the boxes there. That one. 750. That one's a tenner. That one's a 15 each.
Okay.
I've seen something similar in Chester Zoo. You like them? They're £80.
Yeah, I bet.
And it's what it is I own a toy shop. I do gifts. I do the bling and that.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I've got loads of stock, so I'll come up here and do it today.
Yeah.
It's usually I get a tenner each for them in the shop.
How much is that game?
That game is a tenner. I've just priced it up online. It goes for about 40 quid.
Biggest box of spider people I've ever seen in my life. What on earth is this doing here? Who on earth decides to buy a Stagecoach at a car boot? Good if the car breaks down, but where's my horse? Too late, mate. I'm already here. Small but perfectly formed. Never heard of Zoe Sugg. Sorry. Wait a minute. Reservoir Dogs Deluxe box set on VHS with additional badges that I would never use.
How much is that? 50p.
Time to go to work. PS2 games, controllers, extenders.
Yes, it's an extender.
What does RAS mean? If you like your aircraft, today is for you.
£2 the videos, the DVDs, the
Okay.
games, whatever.
They're not videos, they're PlayStation games. I've had enough of DVDs this morning. Car booters need rucksacks, not little trolleys. Well, what a lovely morning yet again. Some very interesting items and a multitude of different media platforms for me to enjoy. It's been a strange morning, but one with 3 bullocks and lots of memories. The now escapades are nearing final completion. How many do I have? Not even I know at this point, so it's incredibly exciting, although I still don't recognise many of these artists. But never mind. Sometimes in life, you've got to have a bit of adventure and a bit of fun, and that's all that matters, really. I wish you all the best in your car boot journey, and thank you for watching Car Boot Tribes. I wonder if anyone bought the Stagecoach, and how on earth would they have got that home? That's something I do not want to think about. Ever. It's my Car Boot Tribes, and I've got good vibes. Welcome to Jurassic Boot. Coming up.
Take 10 for it, would you? Would you do 40 for everything?
You're buying a £30 iPad, not a £500 one.
Before pickled egg must come a nice hot beverage, and before a nice hot beverage must come a suitably themed solution. Classic locations. Fun fairs. No, I'm simply saying that life, finds a way. Amusement establishments can sometimes offer additional car boot tables alongside popular yet terrifying attractions. Parks mean parking, and parking means space, and space means car boot opportunities. You may wish to ride the waltzers after your adventure. Not me. Can't stand them. Critical timing means a very dark yet exciting new beginning, just like a caped crusader needing shades, cash, full Madden, tunes, as we're on our way to Birmingham. No time for bull, no time for shops, no time for statues, no time for theatre, no time for discs, no time for art, some time for egg. Never been to this car boot before, but sometimes in life you simply have to take a chance. Just look at that entrance. An entrance to a wondrous land. A land of unprecedented challenge, and most probably a land full of FIFA games, no doubt. That's clever. They just sat in the car taking the money, which is above my usual car boot threshold. Always someone getting in your way when you want to film a nice scene, but I'm not arguing. Can't muck around admiring the scenery. Work has to be done. This chap's only got tools to sell. A very brave decision. I wish him luck. Hang on a minute, that's an Atari ST monitor. Looks in good nick too.
How much is that?
£15.
15.
Atari. It's £100 on it.
£100 on what? It's not worth that, I can assure you.
Would you take 10 for it? Yeah? Okay.
You can't go wrong with that, it says.
This chap doesn't seem to like finishing his sentences. Lots of screens, but not today. Thank you.
People want stuff for absolutely nothing, don't they?
Oh, they do, yeah. I know.
£2 for an iron. And she offers me 150. I think goes off without a smile on her face.
You should always go off with a smile on your face. I fully agree.
£8?
No.
How much? How much? 15? Did you say?
Oh no, that's the. I was going to sell it for about £30-40.
Oh, okay.
£30.
30.
The small child has been overridden by his mother, which means the Wii is way too expensive. I do believe cassette tapes are making a slight comeback too, and this car boot seems to have an awful lot of exciting technology. But nothing takes my fancy yet. Hang on a minute. There's a washable rug here for £5. One of the largest rugs I've ever seen at a car boot. Here we go. Some assorted Now albums. Now running. I don't run anywhere. I walk. But that doesn't matter. I'm still collecting my Now albums. They only want £1 each. Bargain.
Cheers, thank you.
Let's have a bit of a rummage. Another Now album. Oh no, failure. It's missing one of the discs. Forget that then.
Out to the games.
They're £1 each, but...
If you are in the market for cheap vintage football games, you cannot go wrong at your local car boot sale. God, there's the full collection here by the looks of it. There's got to be at least a dozen FIFA games, spanning decades. But I am not into football. Hang on, there's a bit of snipes. Pizza oven? I'd love a pizza oven. Not quite sure I've got the room though. Impressive pyramid of extension leads. More FIFA games. Another extensive collection of men's names across a wide variety of more modern day consoles. If you prefer your men's names in high definition. What's this Mafia game I keep seeing? I don't know. Interesting presentation of DVDs, throw them on the floor. Everybody likes a good rummage. Usual plash of generic Wii and PlayStation games. Nothing exciting amongst the Peppa Pig merchandise. All-Star Cheerleader looks dreadful. Funny little benches. Not for my garden. I'm too big. My good friend once ate 5 baps in one sitting, and who on earth would buy a traffic light from a car boot? Maybe this has modern day appeal. What even is this thing? Bit of Dean Martin? Those Marios won't sell like that. This chap's got quite a lot of interesting items, but I must check his bag full of games first, in case there's anything hiding between Tiger Woods and FIFA. Here we go. A Sony Discman. This is more like it.
How much to buy a speaker?
£5.
I've heard these before and they sound incredible, worth the risk at £5. But I can sense a deal forming. There's a PlayStation 1 multi-tap, perfect for track and field antics. A PS1 gun too.
What is that?
Mate, £5. For PS1.
That's 4 things I'm interested in now, and I must remember to smile. Could this be worth a cheeky punt?
Pay for that stuff I got there then?
Yeah, it's like, what you got there, 34 there. Yeah, 44. Mate, I'll do that, tenner.
Well, that'll be
Oh, you want that as well? Yeah, 15 quid the lot, mate.
15 quid?
Yeah.
15 quid for the lot, a total bargain, and I am continuing to smile. Lots.
How much is for the cube on its own?
Mate, it's 24 quid.
24 quid for the cube.
Like I said, mate, the power cable and that will have that.
I've got 2 here.
There, mate. Pretty good to you. GameCube, and there's a Mega Drive in there as well. Mega Drive's complete. GameCube's complete, just no pad. Games in there as well.
How much for everything in there?
Mate, okay, I wanted 24 quid each, so do 44 quid for the two.
Oh, a bag of retro.
Mate, again, I can show you. I've got the photos on my phone, it's all working.
Time to push my luck even further. Well, those aren't really selling points.
Did you do 40 for everything?
Yeah, well.
Yeah? Okay.
Better go. Getting a bit weird around here. Hang on, they've got their own buggy. I'd love a go on that. Life found a way. And after the white hot heat of the last car boot, I'm back in familiar territory, but a little fatigued, and I've not been to this car boot for probably over a year, so it's good to be back. This car boot has a history of containing some of the longest rows in the world, so I could be here a while. Maybe I should take this opportunity to reflect quietly on the day so far. The last time I was here, there was a bit of a kerfuffle involving important trading standards people and a gentleman with a silver attaché case full of dodgy DVDs running off into the woods. Never did see that chap again. This is taking a ridiculous amount of time. But sometimes in life, good things come to those who wait. So I must wait. And wait. And wait. And wait. And wait. Oh, forget this. I'm not saying and wait. I could be saying that for at least another minute. It is recommended to park midway through the car boot field to give you good range. Strategy. This clearly isn't going to happen this morning though. My good friend who does not like pickled eggs claims that pickled eggs would keep for years, but when I asked him if he would eat a pickled egg that was 2 years old, he still said he wouldn't eat one, despite giving assurances that the pickling process must preserve them. And I still don't have the definitive answer of whether William Shatner likes pickled eggs. Looks like we're finally going to get some closure. I can see an opening. Yes, here we go. The row has actually ended. Right, let's get this parked up and attempt one of the biggest car boot sales ever. Or is it the longest? I don't know. Those clouds look a bit daunting. Let's get a move on. Ooh, I do like a bit of Tekken. Tekken 2 was my favourite. Completely the wrong discs again. Someone's mixed their Tom Clancy's and the Tekkens up. Nice keys. Cannot play them. Whose diary is that? Interesting little truck. Would have loved that as a kid. Don't know a thing about Fortnite. What do we have here? More generic games. No, thank you. There's a huge bag of nuts there. I do like nuts. Just Brazils. What a funny arrangement. Assorted DVDs and CDs on a little chair. Makes this incredibly difficult to look at anything properly though. Not happy. Here we go. It's the return of the Lucky Dip. And a mystery box. It's only £1. I am tempted yet again to have a go at this. It's been mildly fun the last few times I've done this.
I'll try a couple. Thank you.
Lovely, thank
Cheers.
you.
Which are the games?
£9 for Sonic.
Which are the PS4 games?
Depend which one.
How much is Doom?
Doom, £7.
And how much is that one?
£5.
I'll be here all day asking this chap his prices.
How much is that?
15.
I really wish people would just use simple pricing labels. I have not got the time to ask every single price of every single game. What are these chaps looking at? There's nothing there.
How much are these?
I got a £5 on each of them, mate.
How much is your PlayStation?
I got 50 quid on the lot, mate. It's just been up there.
Did you do the 2 for 8? Add those 2.
Yeah, go on then, mate. Yeah, I'll do 2 for 8.
50 quid's a bit much. There are a few games, but mainly they're all copies. I'm not sure. Ideally, I like to collect my consoles boxed, as I will just end up with a load of wires. My good friend used to be nicknamed Mr. Wires because he had a massive box of wires. He doesn't have any wires anymore, so we call him Mr. Wireless.
I'll do 30 on it. Because the games aren't great.
I'll do 40 minimum, mate.
40.
He's not having any of this at all.
You want to do 35? As I've had the others?
I have dropped it by a bit to be fair. 40 would be my minimum.
Okay.
Now I am interested in a bit of Ivan Danko, especially for 50p. Bargain. If Apple was called Orange, things might have been very different today. Or maybe they wouldn't. I don't know. A box load of fluffy dragons. Are they dragons? Dragons called Lizzie.
2 quid?
Say again?
£2, is it?
Yeah, £2 each, mate. The retail £10.99, mate.
I don't think I'm interested, mate. I don't quite know what's going on here, but there seems to be some minor disagreement about some iPads. They do seem suspiciously cheap, but I still can't fathom what on earth is going on. I think somebody is unhappy with their purchase.
I'd save a lot of trouble now. I know what you... Right, that's it now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay? Okay.
Take it enough. No, it doesn't. Okay, no.
That's it now. Right, thank you.
Okay, well.
Right.
Okay, thank you very much.
They're not compatible with everything. Just remember, you're buying a £30 iPad, not a £500 one. Just remember that. Okay? That's all you're buying is a £30 iPad. You're not buying a £500. I know what you're saying. Thank you.
No, these are ones that was no updated, right?
I know.
Last week, 2 weeks ago, I said to him in there, he said he'll do it himself. Could you give me cheap? They were 30 quid, 24 quid. He had everything. That's a £5 cover. He had the protectors, he had so many.
Wonder what all that was about. Anyway, I can't hang about. Looks like there's some classic Pacino to purchase. 2 quid. And there's another one there.
Did you do the 2 of them for £4?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I do fancy a bit of Britpop at only 50p each, or 3 for £1. Cracking.
£3 for £1, is it?
Forget Father Christmas. This is Fluffy Christmas. What are those green things? Now I cannot resist yet another themed bag for my collection, and this chap has loads, all sealed and brand new for £5. Got to be worth a punt, and could come in useful for an upcoming trip. Saw it, liked it, wanted it, got it. Words to live by. What's this? I do believe that this is a knockoff Ecto 1 Lego set for £5. Just look at this. Oh, I'm not going to go down this road. I've got an original Lego Ecto 1 and it looks nothing like that. That's why there's the phrase in the director's chair. Someone has been incredibly busy. It's a jigsaw motherload. Well, that was impressive. Due to impeccable timekeeping, both car boots have now been completed in the area, but it is still only 8:30 in the morning. There is an afternoon car boot, however, that's not too far from here, but that doesn't open till 10:30. Never understood why the afternoon boot sale opens in the morning, which is just one more of life's mysteries. Time to take some time out and contemplate the next adventure. And as luck would have it, this boot has a secret lake and viewing observation area for people to process their morning adventures and maybe have a small potato with cheese and beans and a nice cup of coffee. This will be perfect to allow time for the next boot to bake a little. Well, the weather has improved a little bit, and quiet baking time has meant that there are some car booters here in the morning, here for the afternoon car boot. Still not enough people, but a personal best at 6 minutes 17 seconds. Wow, that has been quite the adventure. And I managed to find some very interesting items. I do have an Atari ST somewhere in my loft, but in the meantime I could enjoy this by plugging it directly into the telly. I bet this is also equally dreadful, but I cannot resist, and it could make for some fun gaming and fun observation videos in the future. Possibly, unless it's already happened. Now this Mega Drive 2 has seen better days, and that adapter is actually for the Mega Drive 1. and sadly I had to take some terrible games in with the deal, but didn't seem too bad for 40 quid for everything. Now I am going to say now that this actually works, and it only cost me £3.75, the same as this Sony Discman, which I was also delighted to find out that it worked. Bit of Danko. Bit grubby, don't know if I'll keep this one. And I've got plentiful GameCubes, however they are increasing in secondary market value, so I might trade some of these items in to my local CEX. Not sure about this though, I think a piece is missing and I need a CRT telly. Cannot beat a load of Pacino though. Oh, it was only £2 anyway. Never mind, I still had a good deal on both. Wonder how many of these I've now got. Classic Flashback. Absolutely brilliant game. I have played this for hundreds of hours. My good friend has only played level 1 though. Thank you for watching Car Boot Tribes. That has been the 3rd season. No, I cannot believe it either. I hope you have enjoyed yourselves. Oh, come off it. What's this? Some sort of athletic running top. I do not run, but my good friend does. But I have no idea if this will fit him or not. No good. This feels equally light too. What can this be? Not a sliver of paper. Oh, I think it's a Blu-ray. And what is it a Blu-ray of? Expendables 3. Wow, it's that time again to look at how many Now albums were collated. 38. 38 compilation albums. Some early Now albums can fetch some reasonable prices, but not these. Most of these are quite new. Still, it's been a bit of fun collecting them, hasn't it? Wait a minute. What's going on here? Maybe I should have opened those eggs earlier. What is this place? This needs a bit of investigation. I want...